God. All right. I just did the Swan OS 10s, and then I filmed the cat, and then I played. They sound fantastic. In fact, I'm gonna do it. I can't. Okay, if I move them, I have to put. Anyway, the cord goes all over there. I've got 3 pairs of speakers. I fucking kicked the ankle. Fuck. Set of Swans. Now a set of AirPulse. Now AirPulse, I believe, is Edifier, but it's not like Edifier AirPulse. It's kind of like Toyota isn't Lexus. If you say I bought a Lexus and I say, well, Toyotas are pretty reliable, you're gonna be like, nah, I bought a Lexus. When you're a fucking idiot, it's just a Toyota. It's a fancy Toyota brand. Just like Acura is Honda. That's what it is. Lincoln is a Ford. I know someone who had a Lincoln. I'm like, the Ford makes good stuff. And they're like, it's not a Lincoln. Like, it's a stop. All right? They called it something else, and they're charging a lot more, but it's still them on the inside. So AirPulse here is the high-end brand, the luxury brand of Edifier. So if you're going to compete with Swan, Edifier was already beating them as far as electronics went, like as far as controls and switches, but they never really had that sound going for them. So this is the first set of AirPulse. Pasta, I don't think you can link both AirPulses that we got, because I remember way back in the day, the Dizzy even, Princess Pasta was looking up AirPulse. You don't want this, trust me. Was looking up AirPulse and didn't find the speakers. She found a fun other toy, which she bought. Anyway, I think she unboxed it. Pasta, can you link your AirPulse? Although she's gonna. She's not gonna. You're not gonna see that shit. Apparently these are desktop stands. I'm like, these are awfully light for desktop stands, but they're just foam wedges. Why doesn't every manufacturer include this? The Swans, by the way, are slightly tilted back, a little bit less than this, but this is nice. This can't cost a major manufacturer to get like 2,000 of these. If it costs them $1 a fucking set, it's a lot. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far as the packaging goes. Ooh, look at this. You ready to see some fancy? There's a plastic cover over the thing that holds all the things. The A100 active speaker system. White gloves. So if you don't take this out first, you're fucking up. I never wear those white gloves. It says AirPulse. We've got 2 rubber feet. Are there more rubber? There's 2 feet. There's two rubber feet. We have got a plethora of things. We'll start with the remote control, which is, I mean, all right. If you wanted to lose your remote control, this is the perfect remote control to lose. Look at this thing. Super flat and thin. Looks like a used bar of soap. It's so this is literally bar of soap. It's bar of soap. Big rubber buttons, indent, up, down. I don't like the fact that the volume is left and right. That's like the Swan is. It's not where my thumb rests. You see, School of Remote Controls by Zeos Pantera. Pick up a remote control blindfolded. Grab it. Put your thumb down. Point it. Where your thumb is should be the most used control. I guarantee you that switching between Bluetooth and PC is not the most used control in this remote. It's got to be the volume, which is down here. So now I have to like teeter off the edge. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Do I have to unlock anything? I don't know. We'll find out. We're ignoring the rubber gloves and the 2 feet and the instructions. We've got the wedges. We've got, look at this pissily little fucking, compared to the OS 10's giant fucking Mongolian cable, this is nothing. And then we've got a better fiber optic cable than the Swans. And then you get a full set of RCAs, which the Swans didn't come with, which I think I've gotten these out of a box before. These are not bad. This is the type of quality you get with the 3.5 of the Swans. I'm gonna put all this stuff back, by the way. Do not need any of this out. Please go away. Please don't. You get a fucking USB cable, shiny ass silver. This is gonna have a USB input. We've got 2 brand new unused Velcro ties. Look at that. For cleaning things up. That's nice. And then we have the power cord. which in this case is European with no adapters. So I'm gonna have to use the standard cord that I have. There's a figure 8. Hopefully this isn't a 220 unit. I guess I'll stay in the box. If I do sell this, it'll go there. And here's the wire between the two, which for some reason this perfectly round thing is just fucking folded. Just folded. It's about as long as the one for the OS 10s, by the way. Heavy duty as fuck. 5 connectors. 5 connectors. How does that help us with a two-way speaker? I guess it doesn't. Maybe one is a control, or maybe they just went with a 5-way because that's what they got. Very thick, very 70s look to it. It's clear with copper and like, it's got 3 different colors inside of it. No, it's got 2 different colors. It's like brown bronze and like gold bronze running in this clear shield, which is very long, very long. Edifier is known for that. I guess we have to untie this, this is the type of extra little level of shit that if you're just a consumer, I'm not a consumer, I'm a fucking reviewer. I do this shit for a living, all right? I need to figure out if this is going to impress, Bob Denver. That's his name. He lives, ironically, in Little Falls, Colorado, not Denver, Colorado. And he bought this because he saved up, I don't know how much these cost, $500, $600? He gets these, he's super impressed. He has to untie a knot and do a thing like this to get to his speakers. And actually it was really convenient to lift this up out of the box. So bravo to Edifier / AirPulse for doing that. IT man. Guess IT man's messaging me. When did his alert start working again? Close that. Holy Jesus. Yeah, that is sweet. Extract the computer out of it and toss the shattered broken glass. From my learnings over the last few days, we want to figure out a cheap unlock Android tablet and decent screen and front camera. Best thing for this kind. Maybe something like these. Put in front door kitchen. Okay. So basically that thing that I bought, he's like, that's not going to work. So I spent $150 on 3 things I don't need. But in an emergency, I literally can give it like a kid a fucking tablet to draw on. How much is this? $67. For a 10-inch tablet? That's fucking amazing. That's pretty fucking amazing for $67. Let's reply to that. I like those speakers sound amazing. That's just going to keep going off and you're going to have to live with it until I mute the phone. So, not matte. Cheap speakers. Cheap white speakers. And these Q Acoustics are like $500 a pair, but they're huge. But these are matte, just like the vinyl covered. And I like that. I like when they're just matte, but that's cheap. When you get into the higher end speaker, you get into the gloss paint. That means they're fucking painting it. Did I also mention the dimensions of this thing are fucking wild? This thing's basically a square. Oh, where does this go? Oh. So we've got an interesting little metal dust cap. It's not a phase plug. Visible hardware, and then that fucking tweeter. Look at that thing, it's a screamer. Oh man, look how deep the box is. These are gonna throw some low end. Big flared port, left speaker input, internally cabled with transparent. Is that a brand? So what I'll end up doing is I'm gonna put both of these here just so I can get all the kitchen grease on fucking earth on them. Actually, I need to get the speaker stand foam. Wait a second, what's in the bottom of this? Oh, it gives you 2 extra feet in case you lose one on, oh God. That would have been bad. That would have been real bad. In case you lose one on each of them, it gives you 2 extra feet. So let's plug this one in. Yep, it's literally exactly as long as the Swan one. Only the speaker is, I dropped it. Let's look at the actual one that takes power. Loo. You know, these are fucking sexy. Oh my God. Could you imagine if every speaker that shows up is a fucking winner? Please, every speaker that shows up, just be a winner. Also, what are you guys' thoughts? I mean, making the sound demos privatized, which allows me to literally play anything I want. If I'm doing that and people are willing to spend like $5 to get to the Patreon,
IT-mail.
I love my girl, and I love my friend Dan. Here's another one, more powerful. Okay, I'm just gonna mute. I'll go through all his shit. Do not disturb for 1 hour. Thank you. So this one has the infrared receiver block here, which has plastic over it, which I'm having a hard time removing. It has a high-res audio sticker, which I probably would peel off during the review in an angry rage. Let's look at the back of it. Oh man, these are fucking pretty. These are fucking pretty. Oh, look at those knobs, bro. Oh, that's a digital, just constant spinner, but that isn't. It actually sucks because I'm turning this one and the pointy end of this one is hitting my thumb. Like this one's perfect to turn because there's nothing underneath it. And it's got just a sharp enough edge to make me feel it. Oh. It's only plus and minus 3 decibels of bass and treble, which is probably good for sound quality, but I would like more. So standard input, anything from 100 to 240, so don't worry about a switch. Power left, sub out, optical in, USB, no coaxial in. And then you have PC and auxiliary RCA ins. Designed by Phil Jones. Who's Phil Jones? Echo. Who is Phil Jones?
Philip Anthony Jones is an English professional footballer who plays for Premier League club Manchester United. Before joining Manchester United, Jones played for Blackburn Rovers at both youth and senior levels. Although primarily a centre-back, he has also been used as a right-back or defensive midfielder. Jones has represented England at various levels.
I don't think that's the right one, but let's pretend it is. You know what else it said Bluetooth on the remote. It doesn't say, obviously it doesn't have an antenna, neither does this. And I have to go get a power cable for it, unfortunately. But fuck man. I miss the speaker renaissance. I miss when Mica RB42s came out and there was like the Edifiers 3000 Pros and the new Swans were coming out. Oh my God, everything was fucking great. This might be the resurgence of that fucking event. These things are fantastic looking, by the way. Like I am smitten by their awesome. And these are the smallest ones. These are the 100s. They have 200s and 300s. Make it sound familiar? You're helping? That's the Drake. The Drake's helping. Anyway, I think this video was long enough that it could probably go on its own. I don't think that this is going to get mixed in with anything else. There's a tube amp and a whole other set of speakers. I'll see if I can get through the tube amp and the whole other set of speakers in another video. And throw away some shit that I'll never put in the boxes again. RAM sets for the basement. Lemonade from fucking Wendy's. I went to Wendy's because I needed gas and I got off the highway. And there was this thing on the menu and I'm like, I have to try that. It was a fucking mozzarella cheese, a fried mozzarella cheese stick block on a burger with tomato sauce. And I like Wendy's burgers, but I like Wendy's burgers with lettuce and tomato. And this was a hamburger with a mozzarella cheese block, fried and breaded with just tomato sauce, making it like a really thick cheeseburger. It wasn't right. It wasn't right. It wasn't right. I would have rather had a chicken sandwich. Oh well. I gotta put this back in there. Anyway, I'm moving on. Thank you for stopping by. Those look fucking amazing.